Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So first off, I do want to start off with this tweet from Kevin Cage. He's actually talking about Kevin O'Leary here. There's so many Kevins, right? But no, nonetheless, this is talking about this decade. Kevin's right. It's funny reading comments of some traditional finance guys that are traditional and have only heard of Bitcoin that still don't realize the value add of Web3. Those guys will be the ones to buy the top of the next cycle, utility adoption. Down here, the average person on Facebook reads this prediction by O'Leary and laughs. They have no idea that there are protocols and networks being built that will change the world, Web3. We actually do see here Shark Tank Kevin O'Leary says crypto will be the 12th S&P 500 sector. And I actually agree with this. I actually think that right now, it's actually kind of funny because we've actually talked about how the stock market will essentially be at some point in time fully digital and fully tokenized. I think that day is very, close. I think that everything within the next decade is going to change rapidly, and I think that things have already started to. I think that a lot of things have been accelerated. I think that the digital push has ever been moving so fast ever since COVID. I think that COVID was like the spark that really kind of lit the flame, and since then it just spread so fast. And here we are today, where we have seen so many CBDC trials and plans and launched CBDC projects, as well as many digital asset adoption protocols, payment protocols. I mean, things are moving insanely fast in this market, and it's truly something special to be a part of. I think that if you are a part of this market right now, I know how easy it is to kind of get caught up in the idea of, thinking that you are late to the party, that you're not early, that, that so many other people, got the, drop on you. But that's not the case. Listen, we are all extremely early in this market. I mean, if you actually think about it and take a step back and really kind of look at it from a zoomed out view, crypto is only just beginning. I mean, we hit a $3 trillion all-time high market cap back in November. That's 1 year ago now. And since then, we are sitting at 970 billion, maybe even 1 trillion. I don't even know what we are at now because I don't even pay attention to it, because you know why? We are barely scratching the surface of where crypto is actually headed. I've always said crypto is a 50 to 100 plus trillion dollar market cap within the next decade. By 2032, if crypto is not at a 50 to 100 trillion dollar market cap, it has failed in its full adoption cycle, and I do believe that we need to really kind of take a step back and replan things out, because right now, with how things are moving, with how everything is moving so fast, especially around the digital push, I don't see how crypto doesn't hit those higher valuations in the next decade. Now, with all that being said, and with everything happening, what is really going to put us on the board? What I actually do think that regulations are a big key to this. Again, a lot of people have argued that regulations are going to kill crypto, and I actually do agree that some type of regulations, if you over-regulate this space and really kind of, put a block up against innovation, I do 100% agree that regulations could essentially kill crypto. But with proper regulations and with not stifling innovation and continuously having crypto not only grow and expand but also be adopted massively globally, I believe that this could be, an accelerant. I think that this could truly accelerate the spread and the growth of crypto to astronomical new highs. Again, I do think that this is going to be an asset class that balloons massively. Remember, we've added $1 trillion in market cap in one singular quarter during 2021. $1 trillion. And the funny thing is that is not even talking about the big banks. That's not even talking about the big financial institutions, BlackRock, etc. If you put all of them in one room and talk to them about what their thoughts are on crypto, I guarantee you right now that 90% of them will say, crypto's nothing, stay away from it. You know why they will say that? Because they're all jumping in. The problem, though, that most people don't realize is that they can't throw trillions on top of trillions of dollars into crypto just yet. You also have to remember, a lot of their clients are the ones that are providing that amount of money. BlackRock has $10 trillion in assets under management. Being able to have that amount of assets under management kind of morph into crypto as well, That would be huge. Remember, regulations are a big barrier to success around crypto, and I've always said this on this channel as well. You know, these are massive companies. These are huge, giant names that are jumping into crypto. BlackRock announced it basically at, the bottom that they were jumping into crypto. A lot of people thought, oh yeah, that's just a topping signal. We're going to drop even more. And I think that that was actually around like 22K or so. So we did drop about like 5K. But again, the truth is still there. But again, like I said, these regulations, with proper regulations, we don't know what will happen. I mean, this could open the door for, trillions, tens of trillions, hundreds of trillions of dollars to flood in. The upside potential here is endless. We don't know the potential until regulations are ushered in. And this article, by the way, was posted by the APAC policy director at Ripple, who contributed to this article to regulation in Asia, which is very interesting. And talking about regulations, I do believe that with proper clarity as well, we will have proper regulations. Now, a lot of people are centered on the settlement time frame. And I believe that a settlement will happen in about 2 to 6 to 8 months. So anywhere between 2 to 8 months, possibly even 9 months, as we do see down here, could basically bring in clarity around XRP. Now, this was back in September, okay? So when we actually look at this, it could be technically June of, next year where we do see a full-on settlement. That's basically the longest point of view here from, of course, Brad Garlinghouse. Again, I believe sometime in 2023 is when we will have the full-on announcement that, XRP has won. Well, I shouldn't say XRP, but Ripple has won. XRP has clarity. And that's going to be a historical time frame. I mean, think about it. Like, that's going to be not only a historical time frame for XRP, but it's also going to be a historical moment for XRP and the XRP holders. And I think that Crypto Bull actually said this perfectly over on Twitter. He said, XRP is about to do something no crypto has ever done. Beat the SEC. It will be fully regulated and adopted by big institutions. It will be the safest investment. Now, I actually think that this is going to change a little bit of things. I think that not only is XRP winning, Ripple winning, is not only going to provide XRP clarity, but I also think that's going to kind of domino effect to other, tokens within the space. I think the XLM will essentially have clarity. I think that we're going to see a regulatory framework being ushered in, and I think that that's going to change the entire game. And again, I say that this is going to open the door for massive amounts of money to pour in. And what do I mean by that? Well, we always look at the derivatives market, right? Molly Elmore over on Twitter, she actually put this into perspective on not only what are the derivatives, but this is really kind of the discussions of all the money moving to blockchain. Again, a lot of people think that all of the money is going to move into like XRP and Ripple and blah, blah, blah. Like, I just don't think that that is the case. I think that everyone should stop thinking like that. That's a really bad maxi mentality. Again, I think that all of this money will pour into crypto. I think that there's going to be a lot of money pouring into crypto, and at the end of the day, like, this is software that has the possibility of changing everything. I mean, like, this is ultimately going to change everything. We have seen so many, markets and industries being fully disrupted by crypto. But let's actually talk about this. So, derivatives, they are $1 quadrillion. I think that they're actually worth about there's been a lot of valuations put on this market. They don't really know the full-on value, but there was a report from the BIS that said that it was like $600 trillion back in 2021. But then if you look it up, they say it's about like 1.4 to 1.8 to possibly 2.4 quadrillion dollars. Sorry. Again, we don't really know. But I will say this. Derivatives are not just going to flow over one DLT like XRP. I know that that is heartbreaking to hear, but that's just the case. I just don't think that that is going to be the viable solution here. But what is very exciting about this is that if we look down here, we do see when all of the financial system moves to the blockchain, which would include all of the money, the total value could easily exceed $1 quadrillion. The current market cap of digital assets is $1 trillion. And by this time, I don't even know what the actual market cap is. Like I said, I haven't looked at it. So this would increase the market by about 1,000x. Isn't that insane? Think about that, 1,000x. Now, obviously, it's going to take some time for this to morph into reality. Remember, at the end of the day, a lot has to be, put into play here, specifically regulations and things like that. So this is going to take some time. It's not going to happen overnight. But a lot of people might think that this is crazy to think about, or even assume that derivatives will essentially be put over, onto the blockchain. I think that Molly actually breaks down why this is the case. But again, it just makes sense for blockchain to be the powerhouse behind this. For an example, we do see. Yeah, I don't think that she breaks this down, but I think that we broke it down in a video with XRP. And when we really kind of look at a lot of the things happening around derivatives, around this entire market, it just makes sense for this to actually move over to blockchain, very similar to like trade finance or cross-border payments, etc. Like digitizing a lot of these major markets and also these assets is the key to streamlining the entire system. It's really kind of making these inefficient payment processing and processes fully efficient and kind of making them flow a lot better in a frictionless sort of state. Because that's the end goal for a lot of these markets, specifically around cross-border payments. And by the way, just so that you guys know, a lot of blockchain-based solutions are being built out by some big names. Shout out to Matthew Lin Y over here, but we do see the World Bank is creating an international loan repository. High probability blockchain will be involved. Do not know if the chains will be public or private. And remember, by the way, if we are talking about digitizing and centralizing like loan data transmissions, or if we're talking about like the big money value, like we'll say derivatives, right? It's not going to go to one DLT. It's going to be dispersed, based on a whole bunch of other DLTs. We've talked about this even with CBDCs. They will most likely choose private and public-based DLTs, which is the case for almost any use case. But it is still very exciting because remember, at the end of the day, this technology is what's powering almost every single major process behind these, banking giants and these large companies as well. This is why we focused on like even ServiceNow, right? With Hedera. I mean, these are powering like 80% of the Fortune 500 companies. Everything is moving extremely fast behind a lot of these major DLTs, these blue chip DLTs in this space. So with all of that being said, yeah, I do think that this is, the case. I think that crypto will be the 12th S&P 500 sector. I think that the valuation behind crypto is going to balloon. Now, will it 1000x like Molly is saying over here? It's something to consider, but I wouldn't get caught up in it. Again, like I said, in the next decade, I could definitely see 50 to possibly $100 trillion morph into reality. I mean, over time, I know that things have kind of slowed in market cap, but adding $1 trillion to market cap in one singular quarter was very special to see. And I think that going into the next major, cycle, I think that we could easily hit a high of like $13 trillion for the entire crypto market. And by the next, major cycle, we could hit probably 25 to possibly $50 trillion off of the next major cycle. You got to remember that the adoption cycle of crypto is only spreading and getting larger and larger every single time. So it's very exciting. I think that we are nearing the mass adoption area. I think that right now we are nearing like the end goal is like 1 billion users. Well, I shouldn't say that the end goal is, but the first goal is 1 billion users. The end goal is to have nearly every single individual out there utilizing crypto technology without even knowing it, which I think that day is coming very fast. Again, we definitely have to wait and see. But with all of that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.